What are you saying, Khakhau?
Thank you, Chairperson. Hanzo Nkludisa. The point that I want to make here is this. The agreement is that Ngabane cannot run away from us forever. She is the one who created.
Let's not make political
I'm not making a political statement. You're allergic to anything that comes out of my mouth.
No, but Khakhau, listen.
No.
Listen.
You can't, if you are going,
listen.
Allow me to finish my sentence and then interject. Then you can decide what I'm saying.
A political statement.
I'm not.
You don't have time
is
for
that
that.
the minister cannot.
So you are responding to what I'm proposing.
Chairperson.
You're going, I'm the presiding officer. Close your mind.
When somebody else says it, it sounds perfectly fine.
Close your mind.
That's the point I'm making. No,
I'm
Chairperson.
warning you, Honorable Khakhau.
No,
Close your mind.
you are doing this deliberately
Close
because
your
you
mind.
do not want to have a fair process on the process.
I'm warning you. Close your mind. Yeah. So anybody I've given here, they've been commenting on the summary I've been making. Don't come here and make a political statement. There's on the commenter, no, the commenter about the minister running away. Don't shout at me. No, don't shout at me. You see, I've warned you once. So you are I'm allowing you to comment only on the summary I've made. I've given you a time to speak. You did not speak on what I've proposed that you speak on. You made political statements. And no one is going to make a political statement on this summary that I've made. I want you to, when you say, Chair, this is what you proposed, or this is what members spoke about, and this is your summary, this is what I suggest we do. That's what Desiree did. He said, she asked, no, you're making a political statement, and I'm not going to give you to speak. Because I don't have time for political statements. You are very serious here.
Minister Nkabane, which is problematic. You don't need to read hard as to what's going on here. It is very clear to see. My understanding is that TVET colleges are the delegation of DM Manamela, unless things have changed. But if TVET colleges are a delegated function of one of Minister Nkabane's deputy ministers, there's absolutely no reason why the minister must be in the Eastern Cape herself. The same, because right now, 2 deputy ministers are sitting here who do not have any constitutional authority to appoint CETA board chairpersons, let alone convene a panel to advise them on that appointment. Essentially, we're sitting with 2 deputy ministers here who are not responsible for nothing, essentially unable to tell us anything that we need, because the person who's going to be able to tell us and who must be able to tell us what's going on is Minister Nkabane. And her being evasive in this process is not only a spit in our faces, because it's a waste of our time, but it's also a spit in the faces of the people of this country who depend on a ministry that's going to function properly, with a minister who understands their role as far as integrity is concerned and as far as conducting the affairs of ministry honestly. She is blatantly and clearly evading accountability here, and we see this. So that must be recorded, that this is something that is not acceptable. And if a minister who, according to the ethical code of conduct of members of the executive, can decide on which day she wants to come and account on which day she wants, then not only must the deputy president deal with him, but it maintains the point of why President Ramaphosa must fire Nobuhle Nkabane. That point must just remain clear there. But another thing here is important, as far as the letter that DGC she sent. The letter that was sent by the Director General, I'm sure that Mabuza Ngubane would have also received it. But he's here. So I'm struggling unless there's something I don't understand. If a DG sends a letter that goes to the entire department cancelling a meeting, and one of the staffers decides to follow the letter, then maybe Ntate Ngubane must now tell us how he is here and how Rulani Ngwenya is not here. And also, I don't take kindly to that letter either, because the people who invited her to this meeting are not her department. She wasn't coming here to account on departmental business, as is usually the agenda item that says the department must come and therefore this is the delegation. She was invited here on the basis of Minister Nkabane saying she sat on the panel. So the people that she was supposed to consult about whether the meeting is taking place or not is yourself and Anela Kabingez, and not Director Sish. So I'm not buying that at all. It doesn't smell right. It smells very fraught. And I think it's something that we must be able to interrogate its absolute truth. The bottom line still remains, in conclusion, Chairperson, that if Advocate Terumutau is able to be here, Ndate Mabuza Ngubane is able to be here today, the only person who, if indeed she's sick and she's dying in a hospital bed, unable to come here, would be the Minister's Chief of Staff. But nobody else has an excuse to not come. But even the Minister's Chief of Staff not appearing looks shady, because you can't have your minister, her Chief of Staff, and her advisor, all 3 unavailable to come and account for a web of lies that were concocted in that office.
Honorable van der Walt, when you come, the two colleagues have not assisted us. I said to you, let's leave political statements on help us. I've asked 3 questions. How do we move? What
Can we call order, Chair?
you're calling order on what?
On you, Chair.
What is the order?
I mean, we are making a submission. The next thing you are telling us that we are not helpful. When our submissions have responded to the 3 questions that you have put in before us. What are you saying, in fact?
That's not the point of order. Honorable van der Walt.
You said you're dealing with the summary, and this is what I was trying to caution you on.
No.
There's another element of the ethics that's
Who
missing
asked you-
behind.
Asked you to open your mind.
Wabana, what you're doing to me, you should
But
be
who
able to
asked
do
you
with
to-
everybody else. You're
who
not going
asked
to
you to open your
victimize
mind?
me because you don't like me.
Who asked you to open your mind?
Chairperson,
I'm
you're
already
asking
close
us.
your mind.
No,
No.
Chair.
Close your
When
mind.
other people open their mics,
Close
do
your
not
mind.
fight. When Karabo Khakhau does it,
Close your
all hell
mind.
breaks loose.
You see, I'm warning you now for the 5th time. I'm warning you for the 5th time. You're not going to do that here. This is the 5th time I've warned you. Honorable Lonzi. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying you must.
Thank you, Chairperson. There is some sort of gray area between what Khabo and I want to, and Khabo is saying and what I want to say. This is the point I've been trying to make all along. So us taking Minister to the ethics, which can come in a form of a supplementary affidavit to the one I already submitted to ethics, does not have to be dependent on whether we meet her on Tuesday or not. Don't know, she's been defiant. She comes as she pleases. She tells us information when she wants, and when she doesn't, she doesn't. Her not coming today again is a clear case example of her trying to run away from the accountability mechanisms of this House. So on the basis of that, this committee is empowered and well within their thinking to send her to ethics on that matter of principle that Lo is talking about, full stop. So we are still able to run the process of ethics concurrently with us meeting her on Tuesday, in the same way that I, on behalf of the DA, have submitted an ethics complaint to her about her that is currently being investigated, but we're still able to engage with her in this committee. So they are not mutually exclusive processes that must be considered. I think the general mood here is that she must come back. We want that because she can't run away. She must be able to come before this committee and explain her lies. But at the same time, there's a second proposal on the table that says while she comes, she must also be tested at ethics. I think that's where we are.
Honorable Sols.
Chair, firstly, it would serve this committee great justice to give us the legal quotes that legal is basing their decision on, particularly because once we have that, then I would call for a caucus break for all parties to consult their legal opinion on this, because it does not make sense. One, this meeting was called in the same way that the previous meeting was called, where Advocate Terumutau and Ntate Ngubane were present, and we were able to engage them and ask them without the minister there. There's nothing that is stopping us from engaging Solani, from engaging Simane, from engaging Ngwenya, and the whole lot. There's also nothing stopping this committee from calling Nobuhle Nkabane back in her capacity as a private citizen to come account for the role that she played as part of this committee's efforts to holding previous and current administrations accountable for the work that has to do with the state's coffers. So if Nobuhle is not here today, if Dr. Nkabane is not here today to respond, in the same way she wasn't there last week Friday and we were able to engage others, I move that we continue to engage the people who are here today. We thoroughly do what we did the last time, and then she be called back and come. In the same way that this parliament has in the past exercised its muscle and teeth to summon people who sit outside of the executive to come and account before parliament. There's nothing stopping our job here altogether. And I also want to caution, Chairperson, that when legal gives an advice to parliament on how parliament must conduct itself, it must apply itself not in alignment to a rigid way of viewing the role of parliament, but do so fairly in the spirit of what this parliament, and not just this committee, is supposed to do. Whether Nobuhle Nkabane is minister or not does not change the fact that she lied, she committed fraud and a statutory offense. The law will deal with that, good, but these people are here and they must respond.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Number two, Chairperson, what I'm asking here for us to consider is for us to not have these people go back. We must be able to engage with them today, let us ventilate and move forward so that we can wrap up on this thing. Whether ethics concludes to deal with her and her fraud That's great. That's what the DA wants in any case. Public protector must do the same. So should the Hawks, which they are busy with. So that is not an independent thing altogether. So if we're not agreeing, Chairperson, with yourself on the way forward, then I call that we vote on this matter.
It's very funny that you don't have voting powers according for a vote. Karabo Khakhau? No, you don't. We have something called ATC in Parliament. Very serious. Parliament is not a
I think the clarity is on the language we're using. There's a difference between reading on your record and us engaging. Those are you?
Yeah,
I just
when
want
they
to
read
get
into
clarity.
the record, it means we will engage
We'll
with
engage.
them.
Okay, thank
That is, yeah. So let's see. We'll start with you. We've closed the door there. Let's vote.
I, Karabo Khakhau, as an alternate member of this committee, stepping in on behalf of Mayor Maseko of the Democratic Alliance, vote that the second option, vote in favor of the second option, that the members of the so-called panel are able to present before this committee and that this committee engages them.
Desiree, with a very suspicious vote. No, I don't caucus. I don't caucus. With a very suspicious vote of Honorable Khakhau, which was still determining whether it stands or not. Members have decided that we must take the statements of members of the panel into the panel. Leave excitement. You're excited. Did you take too much sweets today? The point of order.
Thank you, Chair. The point of order was on procedure. Remember, in the last sitting, people were asked to take oath for their presentations. Advocate Harimutau and Ntate Ngubane. That has not been followed for the panelists here. Please, can we follow suit?
Okay. No, I think it's in order. For the first time today, at least we are in order. I'm joking, Honorable Khakhau.
Ntate Solane,
I don't know if
did the former minister consult you as her advisor in ministry before she signed the final appointment letters?
She would not, I don't think she would be really.
Did she, yes or no? That's it. It's okay to say you are her advisor. We know there was no panel and you've already admitted yourself that you never sat in a meeting of a panel. Move that aside. You remained her advisor. Before she signed the appointment letters to give them to the people, did she consult you to say, as my advisor, do you think these appointments make sense or not? Yes or no?
Again, hold on. Again, I must come in. I told you, we have invited them in their roles as panelists, not their other jobs. I came in when Mkize asked, and I'm coming in again. Let's not ask them about other issues outside of what we have called them here for. So please ask a different question. You have 33 seconds.
Chairperson, we can easily accuse you of being a goalkeeper in this process, but it's fine.
No, you can accuse me of anything.
Wena
Continue.
Solane, did you facilitate the process in any way of the appointment of Dr. Ngabane's CETA board chairpersons and any other ANC cadre, either sitting as an MP or sitting in any structures of the ANC?
Can you please repeat the question properly so that I can be able to respond to you properly? Because when you're saying in any way, it becomes way too broad for me to get.
I'm asking, have you?
Thank you very
You
much.
gave Sihle the grace and you took my time when you were talking
I
and you didn't
paused your
pause
time.
it. No,
I did.
Chairperson,
I
you're
did
not
right.
being fair. Chairperson,
right,
you
come on.
allowed Lonzi Grace to conclude on a question. Seconds
Yeah,
later,
it was
you must
11.
be
You're
consistent.
speaking over the chair again.
No, but you're being a
You are
bully
speaking over
again.
the
What
chair.
are you hiding,
Switch off your mic.
Why do you not want us to engage with these
Honorable
people
Khakhau,
honestly?
I'm warning you.
You are warning me because you do not want the
Honorable
truth to come
Khakhau,
out about what exactly happened
stop
here.
acting.
I'm not
You're not on TV.
acting. I am not acting.
You are.
You are bothered because you have something to
What's
hide.
the point of order? Yeah. No, she's acting. It's okay. Honorable
Chair,
yes?
order.
Yes.
Chair,
Yeah.
you see, every time in this committee, we are not going to have this dialogue to take place. and the presence of the South Africans who would want to know what is happening in the country. If you have overruled, we have overruled, we listen to you as the chair, then we proceed. My worry is that we are degenerating and we are not getting to the bottom of this. Please.
No, I hear you. People think we're acting, we're on TV, we're on Movango. They're just doing it for that. So we understand. We've got a duty here too. Time is done. You can't say just because the chair allowed Msezana 30 seconds more, the chair must allow you. That's on the discretion of the chair. So